Meet in order. Stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. John.
Here.
Scott.
Here.
Mark.
Here.
Stephanie's here by Zoom, and Dale is here. You guys want to look over the agenda?
Can I make a, remember we talked about the zone director's position?
Oh,
That
yeah.
last meeting, can I talk about that?
Yeah, we'll have that.
Okay. So, that won't take very long.
Give us an update on the.
Yeah.
You're muted by the host. That's one
Now we're doing
that
it.
was
Because it was getting to be an echo on this end.
uncontrolled.
I think it's a source that I can't get to change back there, but
Want to get approval on the agenda?
That's a move.
Motion by Mark to approve the agenda. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Scott. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Barring none, will proceed to vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Guys want to look over the March 3rd meeting minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes and disperse for the reading.
Motion by Scott to approve the minutes as presented, dispense with the reading. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mark. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Barring none, will proceed to vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. I'll look over the bills for this month.
See, that commercial lighting thing is back in there.
yep. I wasn't here at the last meeting. I don't know what questions you guys had, and unfortunately the recorder didn't work at the last meeting, so I wasn't able to go back and listen to it either. So what questions did you have on that?
We were hoping that we could buy those bulbs locally
Okay.
rather than,
They were, we thought they were really expensive.
That's who we've always gone through is this commercial lighting, so I haven't switched, but if there's a person local or somebody else that you guys had in mind,
Yeah, there was quite a few of them, yeah.
I think that was the question. They were
Yeah.
pretty expensive.
They were like $20 or $18 a bulb or something for
Yeah.
fluorescence, and maybe they've gone wild in price.
Yes,
Are they here?
they are here.
have we used any?
No.
Okay,
Can you price check those somehow? I mean, I believe they're these bulbs.
They
here.
are these bulbs.
And I look back, we use those in our hangers, and I think we're paying $4 a bulb.
Are you? Okay. If there's do you know who you buy from, or is
I
there
don't know.
somebody that I should?
I did look and see who we bought them from.
Okay.
But I mean, a simple search online should be able to find a North Dakota.
Okay.
Are they a T20 or something like that, or T40?
I can have Brian ask or help me with that too.
I think you can get LEDs at Menards for $8 something.
Right.
Yeah.
Like these are, yeah, less than 4. They're,
Where are they shipped out of, Florida?
Yeah, I think that's what we found.
Where the company is, I doubt they shipped out of there.
I don't know.
It doesn't seem to be.
Probably drop shipped out of the Amazon warehouse in Fargo.
I mean, it just seemed ridiculous unless they're a special bulb, but
Yeah, this is the company that we've always gone through, and
where is one of the bulbs?
in one of the, I give them to Brian, so he stores them in one of these.
Like, were you able to read on there, Mark?
I couldn't, it's a 30 watt. I can't imagine that Rick doesn't have them at the hardware store.
Okay.
And even if it costs us a little more, we want to buy something local, in my opinion. I can't imagine it's going to be more than $20 a bulb.
Okay. Do you want me to send them back?
Please.
Okay.
That's what I feel too. I mean, what do you think, Scott?
Yeah, no, it's,
Okay.
I mean, someone's got a price check on it and make sure that.
and maybe they'll, you talk to them, maybe, or maybe they'll say something, they'll give us a discount on it, you never know.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying?
You're
I
right.
still think we should be buying them and buying our stuff local.
No, I
if we
agree, I'm
can.
just saying that maybe from,
You know, just like we buy tires from Gilbertsons and all that stuff, so.
Looks like on Amazon, they're about $8 a piece,
Mm-hmm.
8 to 12.
And Amazon is never cheap.
Well, there's a 10-pack of them for $89, Amazon
We were
Prime.
paying $20 here.
Yeah, 18, I
Okay.
thought, yeah.
okay.
Don't like it.
Well, I will send them back.
There's some that are $6.33, so it gives you a
These are
ballpark.
Sylvania bulbs, yeah.
Oh, that'll make a difference.
I can read that.
What does it say?
They're Sylvania is the brand name.
It's just I think it's the third line after that, second line.
It's either a 3500K or an S500K. I'm not sure which.
I think that's the color temperature.
Huh?
That's the color, is the.
Is it?
Yeah.
I can't do that anymore. I almost got dizzy and tipped over.
And there are some here that are $22 a piece, so
No.
that's probably,
Well, price check them first and see what we got.
So price check first, okay?
Menards in Jamestown is $327.
How much?
$327.
Oh,
Minus the 36 cent rebate.
for the same bulb?
It's probably the same company. Not the 22.
yeah, who knows?
$10 shipping and
The
handling.
small 4-footers or the big ones? Maybe the smaller ones. So, these aren't,
I think the T8s are the small ones, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, send them.
So on page 6, what would be,
This is 3,500.
is that our rental for our copier, Innovative Office Solutions? District Court Supplies?
Okay.
And then I see Sam Larson for general travel, was that Nashville or?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, that
okay.
was. had to go there for a national conference. Steph, can you hear me better? Perfect,
If you got a
awesome.
room in Nashville for that cheap.
That was for election training.
Sure.
But now I can't see you guys.
Now you can't see us?
Can you hear us?
You can hear us.
You can hear us.
And I can see us. Stop video.
Video broadcast stop.
And start video. Oh, I don't want that. Stop.
Now I see you, but that's okay. You don't have to. I don't need to see you guys.
Can you see us?
Oh, there I see you again.
Okay, good.
Okay.
For those envelopes.
For marriage license.
Oh,
Envelope, pens, envelopes.
Hanson's Electric.
He worked on the heater that was in the sheriff's bay here, garage thing, and there's a switch or something like that that he needed to talk to Brian about because it's not up to code, but it's working. But there's a switch that he needs to switch out, but you can't get them right now, and he doesn't know if he'll ever be able to get them. So I don't know. He talked to Brian about it. So that's why he was waiting to give us this bill, is because he wanted to fix that part of it, but he never did. So
So it's not up to code because of what he did.
no, it's functioning or working now, but
Yeah.
not up to
Code, yeah, because
Code.
he made it work, but it's not.
yeah. I don't know. He said he talked to Brian because I don't understand it all. So
Anybody see anything else in the vouchers? Have any questions on?
so excluding the bill for the lights, I'll make a motion to approve the bills.
Motion by Mark to approve the vouchers with the exception of commercial lighting for the amount of $2406.17. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Scott. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any further discussion? Barring none, we'll proceed to vote. John?
Aye.
Scott?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
Stephanie?
Aye.
Dale votes aye. Motion carries. Wayne, what have you got for us today?
I have got, Samantha's got, we got the contract from Chip Seal Company signed. And it has to be signed by the auditor, chairman, 2 places, and I believe the state's attorney. In place it's approval of the project, the bond, and we put a schedule in there for fuel. Insurance policy. insurance, okay.
Fuel cost
Fuel cost
adjustment,
adjustment.
an affidavit, yeah.
I think there's anything for you there, but here's the county state's attorney and the chairman board of county commissioners.
Do I need a motion to sign this, or this is already a done deal?
Maybe it's already been approved and everything.
Well,
But we're writing the
The
check
bid.
now.
yeah.
Right, yeah, so then you need a motion to spend it.
Guess I'm looking for a motion for the county to sign the contract with More Seal Coat and Trucking Incorporated for the seal coat project. And for the county federal aid contract.
So move.
Motion by Mark to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second
Seconded by Scott. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Barring none, we'll proceed to vote. John?
Aye.
Scott?
it. Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
Stephanie?
Aye.
Dale votes aye. Motion carries.
Jamie said he can't hear anything.
I was just asking him if he could hear us now, because he said he can hear us now.
Okay.
So if Jamie can come in someday and sign it in that one spot, and Samantha and Dale have some lines to sign, and then we want Samantha to scan it and send it to the DOT. Well, I think there was an address, the construction services, I think.
You have anything else for us today, Wayne?
I do.
All right.
Chairman Peterson, John Wakefield, selection committee member, and myself, we met and interviewed Tim Aarons and Ackerman Espo, the engineering firm, that had put in a bid for interview for RFP for our construction job. And also we interviewed Paul Bjornson from KLJ. They were both pretty experienced with projects, different types of projects. And I don't know, do you have a recommendation, or did you just want to?
don't know, what did our scores add up to?
John, you got the score sheet?
Hmm?
I said, you have the score sheet?
Oh, I wrote it down somewhere here. The,
You, on the back of that one. There you go.
there we go. So the aggregate score, KLJ came out the winner. On the in-person scoring, it was 2-1 in favor of Ackerman. So there was a 7 question scoring sheet, and when you add it up, then you come with a total. So when you added up Dale's, mine, and Wayne's, KLJ had the highest score, but individually, if you would vote, there was 2 for Ackerman, 1 for KLJ. I don't know what, there's no instructions on how you're supposed to do that.
And it wasn't much of a difference.
There was not much of a
No,
difference.
it's a horse piece. It's whichever company you guys are comfortable with.
There was I'll tell you right now, on the overall score, there was oops. There's a 7.2% difference, so.
On the questions that were asked,
Yeah.
correct? And the scoring of how you,
Well, the scoring was experience. Where is one of the score sheets? Maybe I better explain that without giving the scores. I'll just explain it. No, you don't have one. You got one, Wayne?
Got one?
Yes.
Not one filled out or not?
It doesn't matter. I just the categories. So the questions were, there was 10, 12 questions, and each company was asked the same questions. Where's the score sheet, Wayne?
Got lost in.
I really need the score. So then, they were scored on past performance, experience, ability of personnel, time, budget, and workload, understanding of the issues, presentation, interview questions, and then it came with a total on that. So that was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different categories they were scored on based on them answering those 10 questions.
Questions on their presentations.
yeah. How,
And so there was, on one of these score sheets, the difference between them was 47-53. On one of the score sheets, the difference was 65-66, and one of the score sheets was 66-43. So that's how it worked. And this is just for this is a one-time deal. This
Yeah.
for this project.
so there's no dollar amount or anything that's in on this, it's just,
That isn't one of the criteria that you
Yeah.
can judge the firms on. It's their qualifications to perform the work, not their cost.
so the recommendation from the committee was,
Here I made ballots up.
It was mixed. So
yeah,
if you would ask the three of us for a aye and nay vote, Ackerman would have won. If it would have took the accumulated total of our scoring, KLJ would have won. Because there was such a discrepancy in one of the scorers, there's such a difference. There's 26 points between them. Yeah. So when we're gonna do it here, we're gonna vote. So
oh,
we're gonna vote 5 people, so.
Can I have one for Steph? I will, I told her to
So you
text me
probably-
what she
You
wanted.
probably already know what, 2 of us have pre-voted.
sure.
Do I get to vote again?
Again? I think that's why people storm the Capitol building, Wayne.
No, you don't live
Yeah,
in
they were right too. so.
You don't live in Wisconsin, Wayne, you don't get to vote again.
Or Minneapolis.
So what it really comes down to, both firms are gonna do a good job. It's just, do you want to stay with who we have or go with somebody else, which would be a test on who we have? It's half a dozen of one, you know, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Don't put your name on it or nothing.
Hand up, son.
Hold it up and whatever.
Can't see. You feel comfortable, Steph? Okay. So one for Ackerman, one for KLJ, one for Ackerman, one for KLJ, and one for Ackerman. So 3 Ackerman, 2 KLJ.
Very good.
You what?
I gotta keep them.
Hmm?
I gotta
Yes,
send them
yeah.
to the state too.
I guess, is there anything we could improve on for next time?
I don't know what the criteria for this whole selection process is, if that's supposed to be discussed or not, I don't know.
It'll just be a debrief, I guess.
I don't know. I'm not, I mean, I don't think anybody did anything wrong, again, I think it's just a matter of preference and familiarity and the ability to see what else is out there, I think is what it amounts to, in my mind.
Yeah, it's,
I can't, yeah, and I'm quite certain that this process takes place, it's gonna take place every time we have one of these, so this is by no means a career-ending
Yeah. Or the,
decision.
it's kind of like I check insurance prices every once in a while, and the guy you've been with for a long time all of a sudden isn't the best deal. Just because
we don't know if he is now.
it's how it works.
No.
But it is,
Nothing against
It was when you
okay.
picked him 5 years ago, but
yeah.
Sure, okay. Well, thanks for the opportunity.
no, thank you.
Thank you.
I believe that's all I have.
Okay, thanks, Wayne.
Do you remember who motioned and seconded to sign this? Do you remember? John? Or
No, Mark.
Okay,
and-
got it.
For the seal coat, did you make the motion
I
or?
believe so.
Yeah, Mark
Yeah.
made the motion, Scott seconded.
Thank you.
Do we want to tackle this employee manual, or are we gonna wait till Steph is present so we can talk face to face when
Yeah, and Jamie too, so we can ask some questions.
questions? Okay. polling places, Sam.
I need you guys to establish your polling places for the election for this year. I'd like to have it again at the courthouse here if that's, I think that worked out very well. It made it a lot easier for me. I was here in the building and could kind of go back and forth if they needed. But I just need a motion for you guys to establish polling places.
Who sets the time?
There is designated times that you have to be open, but
Because I know we didn't open until 9,
Yep.
and I'd sure like to see us open at 8
Yep.
if we could.
Okay.
If anybody else, I don't know what anybody else thinks, but I know we had people standing out here that had jobs and were working, and they said, gosh, I thought it would have been open at 8, when when the
We
courthouse
do we
opened.
do the times that it has to be open. It has to be open at 9, and it has to be it can close or has to be closed at 7. So we just pick those times and go with it. It cuts down on the cost of
Yeah, I understand that.
poll workers and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But if you guys want to change it,
I mean, as long as the poll workers, I guess, are willing to do that, I guess I would like to see it open at 8. I don't know what the rest of them feel, but,
Well, that gives them an 11-hour day to be here. That's
yeah.
it's a
I have a
long,
long day too.
and
plus the afterwards.
Yeah.
and we do give them, that's why we have the the absentee
Yeah.
process too.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
Yeah.
but I'm good with whatever.
Does everybody else think you wanna
Well,
open it up longer or not?
I'm kinda like toward Mark, I guess, open up at 8, I guess. And give everybody a chance to get in here and all, in and out.
See what the workers want to do. There's people that work the thing. They
I
say,
think we need to establish it now.
Well,
Yeah.
we'd love, I'd like to see it open at 8,
8.
but if the workers say, well, gosh, I'm not gonna put that big a day in,
Because we
for
usually
the-
don't have poll worker training until like 2 weeks before the election, so that would be I don't even know who's working my
Okay.
election right now.
And they'll probably do it. Like I said, there were people standing out here.
And we're here by that
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
we are here, but it would
Yeah.
just be to come a little bit earlier to get everything set up, but if you guys want to do that, we will certainly do that.
Do you need a motion to make that, Dale?
Yeah, I suppose we better. Motion by Mark to increase the length of the time the polling places are open by 1 hour from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Seconded
I'll
by
second that.
Scott. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Barring none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Polling places will be open from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m.
And then now I need a motion to make the courthouse your polling place.
Oh, I'll make the motion to make the courthouse the polling place.
Motion by Scott to make the Griggs County Courthouse the polling place for the county. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mark. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Barring none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Now, why are we skipping the staff?
The employee handbook?
Or the employee manual? Why are we skipping that?
Until you're here in person?
That might be a while.
And I think we want Jamie here also, if we have some questions.
For what, Mark?
Say it again.
What do you say?
So Jamie could be here also, in case we have some questions.
I think I told Jamie to call you so that we can hear him.
Okay. There you go.
So we don't have this kind of situation
Yeah,
where we're
this
kind of
is-
talking and then we wait
Mhm.
and then we'll
Yeah.
hear back and,
Hey, Jamie?
Hi, Don. I'll mute everything so I can hear you guys.
Okay.
Okay,
Hell of a way to run a business, isn't it?
Oh, so bad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I don't know why this isn't working today, but
ballot measures.
Yeah.
I should be down there at next trial, or next trial. I have a trial I'm happening for, but I should be able to be down there for next meeting, I think. So we can discuss the policy manual by then.
yeah, but will we have it in before their deadline?
The ballot measures?
Yeah.
I have to have the ballot measures to me by April 11th. And so you guys do have your April 7th meeting to discuss that, but it would have to be established at that meeting.
Okay.
Jamie did email me right before the meeting here, and he got wording for your guys' road ballot measure. If you guys are okay with that,
Figure out remember the discussion last time about that? About the total millage numbers, John?
Yep. So what he has right now is as per North Dakota Century Code 5715 06.75, shall the governing body of Griggs County continue the additional 20 mills for county roads and bridges above the 10 mil levy limitation set out in North Dakota Century Code Chapter 5715 06.7 for a total of 30 mills.
So I did do some research. We can, with permission of taxpayers or the citizens, it is permissible to add those additional 20 mills, not the 10 like that had originally been discussed. It is 20 that we can for a total of 30.
Okay.
And I did get, there has been different emails going across with the auditors. A lot of the counties are doing this, and so there is some other wording and stuff like that out there, and I've sent them all to Jamie, and this is
Read that again to us.
okay. As per North Dakota Century Code 5715 06.75, shall the governing body of Griggs County continue continue the additional 20 mills of county road and bridges above the 10 mil levy limitation set out in North Dakota Century Code Chapter 5715 06.7 for a total of 30 mills.
No, it can't mandate 20 mills, up to 20 mills.
Yeah.
Up to 20 mills, but it is not shall continue the 20 mills, up to 20 mills. Because we can't be locked into a limit. We have to be able to go less than 20 mills.
The governing body continue.
Yes, and I think that language up to 20 mils is appropriate.
Okay, so I need you to email that to me, Jamie, so I can just copy and paste.
Okay.
Thank you. And then the combining of the offices, did you have time to look into that, Jamie?
I haven't.
Okay.
I really haven't.
So
I've got the GSI trial coming up next week, so that's pretty much what my time has been dedicated to for the last 2 weeks.
I will table it until the next meeting.
So, just back to the language on that up to 20 mills, the reason for that is because if we were mandated for 20 mills, first of all, you can't do that. You can't lock in future commissions to that. But even if it was only for 1 year, if we had to levy 20 mills, we would have to come up with expenses on the other side of that in order to make the budget balance. So you'd be spending money that you never intended to spend just for the sake of spending it so that it would balance
Sure.
on the other side.
Makes sense.
So,
And that's done every how many times with that membership comes up? How many times it comes up? I mean,
Every
if all-
5 years?
Every 5. That's what I'm saying. How many?
Well, they've changed that, so
They
I'm not
changed that?
sure
I
what
think
it
it's
is.
10 years.
I think it's 10.
I think it's
Yeah.
10 years, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
It, yeah, the reason that it's in flux is because there was two different measures to raise, there were two different 10 mil measures to raise the road limit.
Mhm.
And now we're trying to get them back in line, so the only way to get them back in line is to do it at 5 years, and then that puts them both in the same place. They were never 20 mils to start with, it was two 10 mil additions, or one 5 mil addition.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm still not completely convinced on the language and on this, on what the century code says, but as long as someone else other than me is taking responsibility for it, I'll go along, because we have the ultimate decision on how much money is actually levied.
Right.
We could levy $0 or 20, or up to 20 above the 10.
Based on my research and consultation with the Association of Counties, I'm comfortable, not that I want to raise taxes on people, but I'm comfortable with putting it up to the decision of the taxpayers for up to 20 additional mills, because from the research and from what I've consulted with the Association of Counties, it is permissible to extend it up to the 30 mills with the permission of the taxpayers.
So those will be our two ballot measures, are the road and the combining of treasurer and auditor's office, proposed combining. Okay.
And I did get word that there is going to be no state measures in June, so it'll just be
Just those two.
just
on
be
the ballot.
ours.
And hopefully when they print your ballots, they don't put them on some other counties.
Put another county's measure on ours. Oh my gosh, that was
All
awful.
depends on what it is.
That was bad.
Maybe it's something we want.
That should handle the election and the polling.
Yep, and then
for-
you'll have the
until-
next.
Till next meeting.
Yep,
But that's a drop dead date, the next meeting, it's gotta get done.
it's got to get
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Yep, yep,
Unless you hold a special meeting, I suppose, then I have to wait.
yeah. Could always hold a special meeting. Nope, it's got to be to me by April 11th at 4 p.m. Anything in
Preferably before.
Yeah.
right.
Then we've got a resolution here to allow Jamie to run for two state's attorney positions in both Nelson and Griggs County. We need to approve that. So if I could get a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Scott to approve the resolution to allow candidates to run for state's attorney in position in both Nelson and Griggs County. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mark. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Barring none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
We've got a tax abatement.
Was there a copy of the homestead credit application? Okay.
What qualifies you for a homestead tax age? Is that a
Income.
income? Okay. Guess I've never looked at the criteria.
Oh, it's, excuse me, age and income.
Yeah. Someone want to make a motion to what we're gonna do?
I'll make the motion. Approve it.
Motion by Scott to approve the application for abatement of taxes. on property 2240605452000. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mark. Is there any discussion? Any discussion?
So this is run through the board in Hannaford, I believe, where it looks on the back of the page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The taxing entity, so if it goes to a
Yeah.
township, the township.
Yeah, they've,
They have to take action first and then.
Yeah.
and then
So
we can-
in our past, since I've been on the board here, these abatements we've always based on if they made it to our desk and the lesser entity had okayed them, whether it be the township, we okayed them also.
yeah,
And that's been a hard and fast rule.
we,
It's not a rule, so that's been a practice.
because we are going with, they've done their due diligence
Yeah,
and we don't know anything about the individual necessarily,
yeah.
so, or the,
And once it's a precedent, it's hard to change
Yeah.
that. I mean, so we gave, we've always okayed it fast and now to not that I would want to. but-
yeah. No, if the lowest part of the taxing authority has approved it,
Yeah,
it's,
and
I don't think.
realize this doesn't take any dollars out of the coffers of Griggs County. This
Yeah.
money is repaid by the state. So it's a win-win for everybody.
I think we're at the, is there any discussion for the third time, so. We proceed to vote. Is this
On the abatement,
on the abatement, is that a roll call vote?
yes.
Yes.
We need all the money.
Okay. All in favor of approving the abatement signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Where do I sign this out, Sam? No, that says reject, so.
Right here, Jefferson. And then I'll fill in all of this to say that it was approved. Perfect.
Judge number 2 vacancy.
I was approached by Judge Nair, who is the presiding judge of our Southeast District. He's a judge out of Lemoore. Judge Bloomer, who was based out of, or the judgeship was out of Valley City for the district, has announced his retirement. So what the Supreme Court does as part of judicial vacancy, they always do kind of a survey or they look for information from individuals who use the judicial district, commissioners, that sort of thing, of whether they should retain that judgeship in that specific area, namely Valley City, or if that judgeship should be moved to a different district. Judge Narum asked that I speak with the commission about having a letter drafted from the commission to ask that judgeship be retained in Valley City. It is the judgeship that does serve Griggs County, or it's a district that serves Griggs County. We're, for the most part, we're served out of New Rockford by Judge Hovey. However, the judges out of Valley City and Jamestown do come. There's 7 judges in the district. There's 2 in Jamestown, 2 in Valley City. Judge Hovey and New Rockford, Judge Cruft in Wapaton, and Judge Narum down in Lemoore. And they serve quite a number of different counties. Pretty much, I guess it serves Richland County, Sargent County, Lemoore County, Dickey County, Barnes, Stutsman, Griggs, Eddy, Foster, Wells, Kidder, and Logan, I believe, is the last county. So it's quite a big district. The judicial surveys, so that the Supreme Court also does judicial surveys to find out what they have for needs of judges, and the years coming or approaching 2020 when COVID struck, it was approximately 6.9 and I think 7.1 the year before that. So they were right on the money with the judges. When COVID hit, a lot of the problem with the judges here, a lot of their time goes to travel between the different districts or between the different counties, since we're a rural district. So they take that into account. So the last 2 years, because a lot of the hearings have been by Zoom and the courts were shut down for a period of time, that time has gone down. But now that things are taking place in person again, I foresee it going back up. So I think the need will be back at 7. The concern of Judge Narum is that Fargo also has a need for more judges. Their judicial survey, I think, actually states that they're 3 judges short. So the concern is that judge position will be moved from Valley City over to Fargo. So he was looking for support from the commissions and the counties that are served by this judicial district to try to retain that judgeship.
So what did the survey say? How many judges do we need in the last survey?
The last survey, I'm not sure what the survey from 20 and 21 stated. Kelly probably has that information. I don't. It was less, I believe. 2021 was less because they take into account time and because there was not as much traveling due to Zoom hearings. But I'm not sure. I don't know how much less it was. I actually don't have that information, but I believe Kelly probably would have that information.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was 5.8.
Well, and you might be right, John. It might be in that email, and I'll take a look really quickly.
Right.
But it is less. I do know it's less.
So here's the problem I foresee with this is we are strictly governed by this same survey when it comes to our recorder. So we get paid from the state based on this survey how much time our recorder puts in, and that's what we're paid on. So it's 3.1, 3.2.
Clerk of court.
Clerk of court. So, and we've argued many times, well, you're only paying us for a third of a position, but it actually is a full-time position, and the response from the administration, the Supreme Court administration, is that's how it is, that's how we do business, live with it. Now all of a sudden, when that same administration says that the judges aren't, as many judges are needed, now the judges themselves say, well, no, that's not right. We think it should be higher, and please stick up for us because we want to keep that judge. Now I can understand the sentiment behind that. No one wants to give up anything. No one wants to work harder. But these surveys are done, I think, every year, Jamie, or every 2 years?
I think they're done every 2 years.
Right.
And I can't find. I have the email that I had pulled up from Ashley Lee's, and I don't have that number. I would not doubt if it got down to that point, though, John. But I just don't know.
Either way, I think there's a system in place to determine how many people or how many judges or how many clerk of courts we're supposed to have. I think we should let that system play out.
Well, we have no knowledge of how it works or what they need. It's like asking me to support something that I know nothing about.
Right, and we've already been told is the gold standard for determining need in the state in the judicial system, and so we're supposed to agree with it when it comes to the money we get for the clerk of court, but we're supposed to disagree with it when the judges in the system disagree with their own bosses, which are the administration of the Supreme Court. It doesn't seem to be something I would want to get involved with.
Just one last comment I have about that is really we're in the same position that the judges are as the county, because we're looking for the same. I mean, the judges are looking for the same thing that the county is, of course, to be fully staffed. So the judges are more so in the same position of the county as they are in the position of the Supreme Court, because they're also looking to have the district fully staffed with judges. So.
I know, but if their bosses, if the people that are responsible for staffing say that staffing isn't necessary, we don't know what the Supreme Court's going to say. If they say there should be 7, there'll be 7. If they say there should be 6, there'll be 6. But they're the ones ultimately that should make that decision. And as Dale said, I don't have any information either way. Why should I try to be influential in a decision that I have no information to make?
Well, I understand what you're saying.
If I'll guarantee you, if the census said they should have 8 judges, they wouldn't come to us and want a letter saying, no, let's keep it at 7.
No, that's true.
There's a system in place to hire and fire them. I think we should let it play out. But that's my opinion.
Okay.
I agree with John on that. It's we don't deal with this. It's not our pig, not our farm sort of thing. We want the court system to work smoothly, but we don't have any idea what it takes for that to happen.
No. And you'd think the highest court in North Dakota would have a grip on that.
You know, if lacking a judge slows down the due process for people, that's not a good scenario. But if that happens, there's recourse. People get to walk.
Yeah. Well,
and then they'll put something in place.
I found the numbers for you guys just to give you guys the information. The weighted caseload in 2017 was 7.04. 18 was 7.11. 19 was 6.51. 20 was 6.33, and 21 was 6.05.
Okay, so it was going down before COVID.
Yeah, it went down in 19.
Yeah. Okay.
That was.
What they're saying, we need 7 judges. Is that bottom line here? The district? Is that the way
Yes.
I understand it?
They'd like 7.
Is it
and
like
they're-
7?
But they're not. They don't make the decision. Their boss is the Supreme Court makes the decision.
So why are they asking us then?
Well, that's
Because that's just the point. They're trying to be
Because
political in a
they-
position where they shouldn't be
It's not
political.
supposed to be.
They're not supposed to be.
they want to override the numbers.
They're using the kindergarten no fair rule.
So all they're looking for is that they're trying to get a voice, thing of support.
Support, right?
That's
Yeah.
what they're after.
Right. So we support them, and then that means we don't support the Supreme Court ruling. I mean, this is an infighting between between a system that we're not part of.
Yeah, I'd just soon not be involved in
Me
it.
either.
Have they done this before ever in the past? This kind of thing, guys?
No, not that
Yeah,
I
well,
recall.
not in Griggs County specifically. There hasn't been. It's probably only been a couple of years since the last judge retired within our district. The Supreme Court asks for comments every time a judicial position opens. This is the first time that the judge has asked that the county has asked the county to comment on it, as far as I remember.
How will elimination of this judge affect our business? Or your business, I should say?
Well, I can't answer that, to be 100% honest with you. We do have and have had hearings with this specific judge out of Valley City. Like I said, most of the time Judge Hovey handles our master calendar. He's our master calendar judge. Now, if Judge Hovey is unavailable or they're on a different point in their judicial rotation, then it could possibly impact us. But for the most part, Judge Hovey does handle our master calendar. It would be a conflict or some time when Judge Hovey's unavailable where we probably would have the most impact.
So how often does that happen, Jamie? That somebody's
Where there's a
in?
conflict?
Yeah, very rare.
Gosh, to be honest with you, a judicial conflict, there are a few. I mean, I would say only maybe a few times a year with myself. But there are other, I think that maybe some civil cases, there have been some conflicts where other judges have heard the civil cases, and Kelly would be able to answer that better than myself. But there are situations, I think, where there are civil situations that the other judges preside over more often than Judge Hovey.
So you think it would be fair that we would be overstaffed and Cass County understaffed? Is that a situation that do we want to inject ourselves into this? I don't see any benefit to.
It isn't our decision,
No.
you know. I could see if they wanted to poll state's attorneys, 'cause that's their deal. But
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like it affects our district really at all.
I actually resent being put in this position. I think this judge, by asking this, is stepping out of bounds. It's not the process that's supposed to be used, and he shouldn't put us in a position to try to manipulate us for his own purposes. I don't like it.
Well, and I guess the answer, the thing to do would just be not to have an action on it. Then I think if you guys want to limit the county's involvement.
That's,
Yeah, I don't see how it affects us. Do you see anything, Scott?
No, I can't see. It goes back to those guys.
it may affect us, but it's not our decision.
Yeah,
They're gonna do what they want, aren't they, Jamie? Basically,
sure they are.
the blunt.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what Scott had
I
to
mean,
say.
they're gonna do what they want, aren't they? Basically, no matter what we say.
Well, there's criteria that the Supreme Court looks at. They look at the weighted caseload. I think that's the biggest thing they look at. They look at population trends. I think they also look at the amount of case filings, the travel that's involved. They also look at the age of the judges, and I think that there would be more imminency the closer a judge is in retirement age. The facilities, all court facilities, jail facilities. So they look at several different aspects. But if that's like, I guess what the judge asked me to present it to you guys, that's if that's the direction that you guys want to go and not get involved, I'll honor those wishes.
I think that's a consensus that we're,
Which you can ask 3 times, and if you don't get one motion, then it goes on.
if someone doesn't present a motion, we won't act on it. Is there a motion?
Okay.
I think there's no action will be taken, Jamie.
Okay.
Do you have anything else for us today?
There's one other agenda item. It's an insurance claim,
Mhm.
and if it's what I'm thinking about,
Nope,
I don't
it's
think
not.
that.
Nope,
Oh,
it's not. Nope,
Okay.
nope.
Okay. Then I don't think I have anything else for you guys.
Thanks, Jamie.
Yep, thanks.
Jamie.
Thank you guys.
See you, Jamie.
Bye bye.
What's the insurance claim about, Sam?
The insurance claim, Shane hit a deer about a month ago. Our invoice to fix it was $294. We do have a $250 deductible, so the insurance will pay a whole $37.30.
Okay.
Would you guys like me to make the claim or not make the claim?
does it make a claim hurt us in the long run? You know, does it go against us after a while? You follow what I'm saying?
I don't know that.
Who has our insurance?
This would be the insurance reserve.
Yeah.
We are in there
Mhm.
on vehicles.
Yep.
So it probably doesn't make a difference then.
No, I don't think it makes a difference then.
No,
We
just
just
vote.
get $40, I guess, less we got to pay.
Submit the claim?
I guess so.
You got it.
You want a motion on it or not?
Yes. Oh, no, it's fine. I
Okay, you
can,
need it? Oh,
I don't think so.
Maybe once you brought it up, you have to.
Okay, yes, please.
Go ahead, Scott.
I'll make the motion to approve submit the claim.
Motion by Scott to submit the claim to North Dakota Insurance Reserve. Is there a second?
No second.
Seconded by Mark. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Barring none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Social Security, or not Social Services Zone update. You got something for us, Scott?
Yeah, let me get something. Okay. We had our interview with, her name is Madison Sloan. It was back in February, middle of February. And it was me, Steve Forty, County Commissioner of Knox County, and then 2 of the DHS employees out in Bismarck. You know, all 4 of us on the interview process with her. And she lives in Lakota. Yeah, she worked right now. She's I'll put it here. I'll read it here a second here. Her resume is pretty impressive. She's graduated like 2000 something, and from UND, and social service. You know, that end of it. You know. And right now she's been working for out of Devil's Lake for Mountain Lakes Human Service Zone out of Devil's Lake. So, in the child welfare unit on that one.
She's from Lakota?
Yes, so she knows people up there, I guess, put it that way. And what she does is she's does transfers, closed cases, stuff like that with them and that. And right now, we all agreed to hire her, but she can't start till about May 1st, way it sounds, because they right now they're short people in Mountain Lake Zone right now, in her child, not say protection, but her area. So we're trying to find somebody to fill in and, you know, before she leaves for this job.
Sure.
On that one. So, and right now they are posting positions right now for her position in Mountain Lakes on that one. So Jill is going to Jill, what's her name?
Tintin or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jill DeWalt. Or yeah, she was. She'll be helping Madison get it. You know, she'll be as our intern director till Madison can take over. So, and Jill will be helping her too as it goes along.
She's accepted the position?
Yes, she has.
Okay.
Correct. Yes, she has accepted the position in that one. On that one. So, yeah. So I get to meet her sometime here when we have some things on that one. So that's about it, I guess.
All right, good.
So anyway. Yeah.
Hopefully they stick by their last position, that it doesn't cost us any money, and they can go and do their job, and we'll do ours, and everything will be just fine.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Scott.
Yep, no problem. Yep.
Anything for old courthouse, new courthouse?
Nope.
Future business.
So I have the election ballot measures. The employee manual. Anything else?
Light bulbs?
I'll send them back.
Okay.
No, I'll price check them first.
Yeah.
Okay,
There you
I'll
go,
price
in
check
case
them first
there's
and then,
In case there's something
okay.
special.
So I won't send them back up until,
Sure. Yeah.
okay, good.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Scott to adjourn. Is there a second?
I'll say,
Second by Mark. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Barring none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Meeting adjourned at 3:48. Next meeting, regular meeting is April 7th at 2:30 in this room.